start off here, what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you take this scorecard. I want you to putt to 7 different holes, and I want you to count your putting strokes, okay? So we'll start from right here, and I'll go ahead and give you this, that. And so what I'm going to have Pat do, I'm going to have him putt to 7 different holes. When he holes out, putt from there to another hole. And he's going to count his putting strokes, and then I'll let him know what I observed, and then we'll assess his putting. So what I noticed coming up here, so a couple things that I noticed in your putting there. One, the toe of the putter is really high. Yeah. So ideally in putting, we want that putter to be as flat as possible so that you can keep the ball on the proper line. When you get that toe up there, it's hard to stay consistent. It's easy to pull the putt and pull it to the left of your target. Another thing I noticed, you're really far away from the putt. Yeah. Like you're way over here. So your eyes are, you need your eyes to be over the golf ball. And when I say that, I want you to be able to take a golf ball, hold it in between your eyes, drop it, and it should land pretty much exactly where you're aiming. Okay? So what we're gonna work on is getting you a little bit closer to the golf ball and getting that putter flat on the ground. So let me see that scorecard. So what I noticed on his scorecard and while he was putting was that he had 4 3-putts in the 7 holes that he had. So we're gonna work on trying to get that putter more flat and get him a little closer to the ball to try to get him to be a little bit more consistent. Okay, Pat. So another thing that I noticed Pat was doing is getting a little bit too handsy while he's putting. So I'm gonna try to get you to quiet your hands and just use your shoulders. Okay. Because it's easier to control the distance when you're just making a shoulder turn with the putt. When you start getting the hands and manipulating the hands, it's easy to hit the ball way too hard past your target or too short or offline. So, all right, Pat. So we worked on you getting the putter flat. We worked on you getting a little closer to the golf ball. We worked on your distance control and keeping the ball more on line. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have Pat take this same scorecard that we used earlier, and I want you to putt to the same 7 holes and keep your score this time. Okay? All right, Pat, let's get that scorecard.
Much better this time.
So, what I noticed this time with Pat, his consistency improved dramatically. He had 1 3-putt this time, and he had 2 1-putts. So you knocked off 4 putting strokes from the beginning of the lesson to the end of the lesson. So I would consider that a positive and a win in our book.